Hello there everybody and welcome back to episode 7 of my tutorial series for Necesse. So today we're going to brave the swamps and we're also going to kill the boss over there, and with some luck I might be even whipping this off on both biomes. The desert comes next. Either way, we are now going to use our teleport scrolls courtesy of your mage. You can buy them now as you have killed the void wizard. And these are, by far, in my personal opinion, the most luxurious way of traveling. So, in the previous episode, we have already made ourselves acquainted with the biome. Everything here wants to kill you, basically. That's the gist of it. There's everywhere angry monstersies around. And the most interesting things here are the mushrooms, which can be used for the sake of farming. And, well, stuff from treasures from the surface, I guess. Well, I have also farmed the Mr. Void Wizard, and this staff is a very useful little weapon, as it drains by one means your mana like crazy, but it's also a really good AoE weapon. Alrighty, so let's get downstairs here. So what you're looking for down here looks exactly like this. This is ivy ore, but unlike the last time, we're now looking for two distinct treasures down here. We're not only looking for the ivy stone, which can be, by the way, only be mined if you have a demonic pickaxe or better. So by this point you really need that stuff. Now we also need that swamp sludge, which is another resource which can be found by various means down here. Swamp zombies can drop it. The swamp shooters can drop it. You can't really mine it as far as I know. It's just a random drop of the creatures down here. And yeah, well, there's also ivy bars. These are what we're mostly after here. We want to collect enough ivy bars to create ourselves a spiked fossil. The ivy sit, as you see here, features better tools than the ones that we got already. And, well, it features a melee set and a slightly better armor than the one that we are currently wearing. I am not really a big fan of upgrading to the next item set at this point, because I personally see the Void set as powerful enough to carry you through this part of the game. You don't need more than that. Of course, if you'd wanted to, you could go for it, but, well, I wouldn't know why, in all honesty. So, here, in this vicinity, as you see there, you can harvest some thorns. Until this very day, I still don't know how to use them. Supposedly, you are able to place them. I don't know how, yet. Wife and me, we tried our best to do this. Maybe we're just dumb. But what you also can notice here, the lightning hammer from the Void Dungeon is really a good friend down here. It's a super powerful weapon that might be a little bit erratic, and where it hits, you can't really aim the ray that well, and here and there a shot goes stray. But all in all, this weapon has so much DPS. Personally think this is one of the best, this is one of the highest damage weapons that you have available at this point of the game. So I'm currently a little bit low on inventory slots, so it's a good opportunity for us to start using our void pouch, right? So let's place down a crafting guide. Let's see. Dynamite sticks, I don't need these too often. The bucket, the sickle, all these things. I really love that. This void pouch is a really nice companion. Use it wisely. As you see here, we're shredding down the spiders now as if they were paper. These monsters once were quite resilient, mind you that. But now, well, there's really not much to them. So the snowmen, the 4 of them that we got, are really good companions. And I personally love them a lot. So, down here in the Dungeon of the Swamps, there's of course, again, treasures to be found. But, oops. There we go. But as you can see, there's really a lot of these. There's even a summon weapon hidden down here. And all in all, well, yeah. It's one of those times, again, where you have to roll up your sleeves and go pilfer in the swamps. I highly recommend you to go hunting the relics down here. As, well, these items, they really make a lot of difference for your power curve or not. So Ivy Ore is one end of the deal, but the trinkets and items down here are the other one. It can be at times really obnoxious when you're looking for that one specific item that you don't have yet. And in that specific case, I kindly suggest using the Wikipedia of this game and checking on out if you whether or not you really want that item. Because some of these items are more useful than others. Ha! We found ourselves a spiked fossil. Wonderful. While others are less useful than others, as you see. Alright, let's do this. But the rest of it is very same-ish, I dare say. The locations where you find stuff are very comparable. The layout really does not differ too much. You can see here potato seeds. Again, we are in a new area, therefore there's new resources to be claimed. It's the... I think by now you should be already a little bit familiar with this cycle. Alrighty, so there we go. I suffered quite a lot of damage. You notice that this area is not the same easy pickings anymore that you were used to. But I'm personally a really big fan of having a slew of summons around me, as this makes the game a lot more manageable. I don't know why, but Necesse stresses me out with the amount of visual input quite often, and therefore I totally love this army of summons being able to help me out on this. Ah, these swamp shooters are the worst, by the way. But don't you worry if you die at a time. You can every time go back here and reclaim your loot. Okay, my friends, I'll be around for a hot minute, claiming the items that I'm most interested in, and I'll be right back in a sec for you. Alright, sadly I wasn't able to get all of the items, but most of them we were able to acquire. The major attraction here we already have dug out, and that is the perceive, is the Vambrace. The Vambrace is for itself not so interesting. The resilience gain of 50% will, but combine it with the chain shirt, and you have a very interesting little thing that gives you extra resilience. I've been around here now for long enough to know that there is only one more magical weapon missing. I also acquired a slime canister, which is an interesting summoning weapon as it allows you to just spam slimes. And watch the summon count. We can have a really high number of these. And they just despawn. So that's another nice little caveat about these. And yeah, we are going to go back home now for a brief restocking of our belongings. So for the start of things, I'm going back home to craft myself that Manica item because it is really good. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to configure our workbenches now to do ivy bars for us because we have a new material and therefore it is important to teach our benches to be able to process that stuff. Here we go. To make things easier for our friends, I'm going to dump the ivy ore in here to begin with, so we'll get ourselves a couple of ivy bars. But the rest of the stuff, we're just going to dump in there. So, let's see, restock from inventory. Nah, that's not exactly what I wanted. Anyways, let's dump things in there so they don't... So my inventory is full, isn't full anymore. At this point, I must say, usually, if I'd be playing for myself, I'd be not just slapping one chest after the other onto the ground and call it a day. But, you know, we're doing tutorial videos here, and for the sake of that, I want to be fast. So that's why I do it like that. So the next boss about is a real obnoxious person. I really hate that guy, and then some. So we don't have that many new options what we can do. We are pretty much already on a good spot. The only thing that I still want to add into the mix is the chain shirt, and with that together... Oh, we can't make the manica yet. Ah, well, never mind. But the chain shirt is still going to go in here, as it is a very cheap and nice source of durability. I have forgotten that this can be only made in the advanced workstation, so this gotta be waiting for us a while longer. So I can't just dump that in there. But I personally still am absolutely convinced that it's very much worth carrying around and having around. Okay, so we're now leaving the realm of I'm confident that I'm going to win this fight. So a thing that you can always do if you feel like that is get your guards into the combat. So let's see. We can do this like that, and we can do another little thing. I'm right-clicking here my health potions to split them. So, giving my dudes now some health potions, and also very important, obviously, we need to give them some food as well, otherwise they'll starve. Here we go. Okay, so I got 2 guards in my city, and I'm willing to use them. In combination with the recall scrolls and all, they are pretty cool. Where's my other guard, though? I did recruit 2 of you guys, I do know that. Whatever. So, let's travel. My last 2 travel scrolls. So, the swamp boss is definitely the first boss that can drive you up the walls. Personally, I find it is one of the most difficult bosses in the game currently. But the bosses become succeedingly more difficult from here on. So, what we're going to need to have for this fight is, again, just like with the Queen Spider, we are looking for an area that has a lot of free space. So, something like this is looking good. So we're going to blast our way free here again. Let's lob a few bombs! That one went down to my feet. That's not where I wanted to bomb. Alright, but that should be good enough. After that, you'll have a massive amount of trash in your inventory. More than before. And here, well, I'm going to leave this like that for the time being. Here I'm blasting this ridge away. What I'm trying to accomplish is I want to have a few walls still left to hide behind. Something like that. Alright, my inventory is now chock full with stuff that I don't want. Sure. First place down torches, then plus bombs. I'm a genius. Anyways, so... that's the last, and I hope this will work out. No promises, though. This is a very difficult fight, in my personal opinion, at least. I found this to be one of the most difficult bosses in the game so far, but I'm pretty confident now with the arena as I have prepared it. Okay. So, preparation-wise, everything that makes you faster is good, everything that makes you take less damage is good, and everything that does damage from afar is good, as we are facing now a highly mobile and obnoxious enemy. So we are going down, and I'm going to go here again for the good old health regen potion, speed potion, attack speed potion, buff yourself all the way up. Especially the resistance potions are, for me personally, absolutely mandatory, so to speak. And yeah, we are going to summon ourselves just a puddle of slimes, and then off we go. Alright, I'm going to rely on my good old Blood Bolt again. Ah, this is just starting as I don't want it to. Do you see these nasty little balls that are attacking me? Yeah, me neither. So this is the big problem about this boss fight. He's using projectiles that are borderline invisible, and they're literally everywhere. Yeah, we pretty much failed that one. Yeah. So you see what I'm talking about. I misplayed it from the get-go. We need to expand the arena a little bit, and then everything will be good. Yeah, this is a highly obnoxious fight. I hate this guy so much. Can't tell you how much I hate this guy. This is by far, to me personally, one of the worst bosses. Just out of one simple reason, though, that I personally see so avoidable. Just make those effing projectiles less colored like the ground. This is seriously, this is the entire reason why this boss is so hard to tackle, is that his freaking projectiles have the same color as the ground that you're walking on. Essentially, you could make your fight a ton easier if you'd be swapping the floor for something else. It's that. For me personally, that's the biggest problem. So, but yeah. Now you see that I also fail. And we need that spiked fossil again. There we go. That's also why these travel scrolls are so useful, and if I fail another time, I'm definitely going to pause the video and get myself a few more of these. You will not retain the boss fight progress if you die, obviously. So, yeah. Things I learned. This one here must go, and this one there must go. Key strategy here is to focus as much as you can on the kiting, and let your summons do the heavy lifting as good as you can. The worm will constantly try to attack you, and that's what's making him so effing obnoxious. This thing does not only toss these super difficult to spot projectiles all the time, that worm head is constantly after you. So you'll have to dodge the worm and the dust thingies. So here we go. It helps a ton to be able to just shoot, as I do here. And I'm racking up as much of the resilience as I can. The first phase of this fight is the easiest, as the Swamp Guardian is still relatively slow. Ah, yeah, here I bonked again into the terrain. And this is, by the way, why I had this, wanted this so free as possible. And here I want to showcase another thing. These bouncy things, they bounce off walls. Therefore, you can hide in narrow corridors like these a little bit, if these bouncy beetles are getting on top of you. But the majority of the damage comes from the worm, so mind that. Alright. There we go. When it goes roar, you have to dodge. So we're down to 60%, and my spell is running out. Alright. Beware of these situations, and when it comes down to that, where I'm right now, starting to kite for my next health potion to activate. Your best bet to shoot is when that thing passes past you. And then, as you see, the lightning hammer is a risky but very effective alternative there. Alright, we're into the finale here. I'm also very low, so I'm rather going the kitey way now. A few more seconds, taking a shot whenever I can. Be opportunistic with this fight. Don't be too aggressive. Alright. So, let's see. We got him. Yeah, like I said, it's a very, very obnoxious fight, and the lightning hammer does deal tremendous amounts of damage, but is relatively dangerous. The blood bolt does deal, the blood volley does deal not so much damage, but is much easier to get there, as you see. Alrighty, my friends, that's how you kill that fella. So here, that staff that you got there can be upgraded one day soon too. And yeah, let's try out that new staff that we got. So here you have now a real fancy AoE weapon. That's a big one here. Okay, so next stop will be the desert. I think I will cut the episode here. As you see, this has been quite a difficult fight, and I want to take a break before I go nuts again. And we're going to continue next episode with the desert, exploring the biome, and just as we did before. And I hope you guys are enjoying. So, that all being said, I hope you get that swamp worm down for yourself. In all seriousness, if you have a lot of trouble with that, I personally found it also helpful to have just an army of dudes around me. If that just helps you out, might be also the case, but yeah, the key to it, and I repeat that again, is to dodge the attack, and then while it's driving by, whack it as hard as you can. It's the best way of dealing with this boss that I've found so far, and yeah. Ah, the swamp tome. Wonderful. So also that has been dealt with. Thanks for watching, you all. Send me your comments down below. Leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. And we're going to continue, like I said, next episode in the deserts. Thanks for being around. Description box has a playlist link. And see you there. Bye-bye.